Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Leo for the week of August 8th. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, let's see what we have here for you. So we are looking at this week that starts off with what many people consider to be the Lion's Gate, 8-8. So if you're interested in spirituality, or which you probably are if you're here for tarot readings, may want to take a look at that. But yeah, very interesting, especially because it's your time, Leo, right? It's your season. So let's go ahead and make sure we're all set up and in view here. I'm using the Gilded Tarot as well as the, what am I using? The Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So let's go ahead and take a couple of the cards from there. All right, and we'll put this up here, and okay. So Leo, taking a look here, definitely some of you may have recently had some nice news here in the past that maybe even took you by surprise in some ways, or that you just didn't see coming, weren't expecting. Something like that could have happened here for you with this, with the two cards that I see in the past here. This could have led to some type of offer in your life, maybe in your material life. This could have been something that brought you kind of forward in your career or in your financial situation in some ways. It is interesting. I feel guided to tell you to not miss out on an opportunity. That's what I feel like is very important, because I don't read reversals, but this Ten of Pentacles did come out reversed, and so that is interesting. I don't think that that's a negative sign or a bad omen. Again, I don't read reversals, so, but it just, the fact that it's paired with the Four of Cups here, which we'll go into more detail about in just a couple minutes, but I do feel like maybe there is certainly an opportunity here showing up in this week for many of you, and I do think that it would be best for you to maybe act on instinct, and if you feel pulled towards something, to go for it, because you may miss out, is kind of what I'm feeling from the card. So let's dive into this a little bit more now. In the overall situation, you do have this Page of Pentacles here, and you know, it's interesting. I'm seeing this bird in the background, the peacock here. I'm not like an expert on the symbolism of the peacock. And so what I feel like saying is there's like a colorful opportunity coming forward, or a unique, or a, like a unique or a colorful opportunity, in that this is something that might brighten up your day, brighten up your week. This is something that I feel like maybe doesn't always come around for you here with the Page of Pentacles showing up, but also just because I'm drawn to this peacock. I mean, can you imagine if you were just like walking outside and you saw a peacock? I mean, that would be incredible. But I also feel like there's something about protection here in the feathers as well. For whatever reason, I'm just getting these messages, and it's almost like the way for you to protect yourself is to actually investigate this opportunity. And what I mean by that is, you know, every once in a while, things come around that, you know, are kind of once every year, once every, 10 years opportunities. And not to put pressure on you, but I do kind of feel like this is the case. It is interesting because all 5 of these cards here are minor arcanas. And that is interesting because, I kind of feel like this is more about like a major situation. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see if we, to see major arcana show up in the clarifications. But yeah, hopefully that's resonating. Now, in the past here, you have the Knight of Swords as well as the Eight of Wands. So this is very much an interesting combination to find here in the past. Eight of Wands, both of these cards represent quickness or even swift energy. Both of these cards represent something happening that leaves you sort of breathless. Both of them are. And kind of like this idea that you have to kind of be quick on your feet. That's one of the messages with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords asks you to take advantage of opportunities and to really kind of go for something, to kind of take the bull by the reins, or take life by the reins, or whatever it's called, and to really go for it. strike while the iron is hot, if you will, and act on the instinctual level, which sometimes we have to do. Now, this is in the past, and what's interesting is it's paired with the Eight of Wands, which the Eight of Wands represents good news coming in from a distance, good news coming quickly that catches you by surprise or that you don't see coming. And again, it's like accelerated motion, it's things moving ahead, it's things moving along, it's progress being made. And this is all coming together with a page and in the middle, which is an offer. Or it says that generally in life, when you get the Page of Pentacles, generally in life, your prospects are looking good. In the future, you have the Four of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles here. Okay, so this person needs to be careful that they do not miss out on this opportunity. You can see that they are familiar with these three cups that have been on the grass next to them for a while, but there's this other opportunity, and they need to be careful that they don't miss out on what's being presented in front of them. You have this here with the Ten of Pentacles, which is a major card of abundance. It's a major card of your situation kind of being realized. Tens in tarot represent completions, okay? And there is something in the Pentacle suit here, as we have the two card, we have two Pentacle cards, right? And with the Page of Pentacles in the middle, indicating this is sort of like the overall message. There's something that's maybe being completed in your material life, in your academic life, if you're a student, or maybe even in the like the financial areas of your life. But it's I think more about a prospect, and I think it's more about a unique opportunity that's showing up. And this doesn't surprise me because, you know, we are looking at this like first week, which the week starts off with this like Lionsgate portal, and it's you, right? You are the lion, Leo. This is your time. And so it's almost like some of you could have a really nice activation here, and some of you could have a really nice situation that seemingly kind of comes forward for you that you want to make sure that you really investigate. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Five of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Nine of Swords. So what's super interesting for me as a reader is none of these cards are major arcanas. And yeah, so I was really expecting to see one, but you know, as is the case sometimes, so it goes. We do not have a major arcana here. So this is something in the day-to-day that potentially comes forward and maybe takes you down a new path or presents itself to you that you weren't expecting. And this is in your day-to-day. I don't think that this is, I mean, we'll see what the other cards here are. Very, very surprised that we don't see a major arcana, but at any rate, so let's just break this down here. So you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Again, there's situations here involving the Pentacle suit that are very important for you in this week, which Pentacles is about the material, it's about money, it's about like housing, it's about academia, also just about like land, nature, hard work, all of those sorts of things, right? All of those sorts of things are sort of being highlighted here for you, Leo. You have this Queen of Pentacles, which is somebody who's practical, okay? The Queen of Pentacles takes practical choices and decisions in their life. You bet that they have a budget and they stick to that budget, and that really helps them move up in life and move up in their financial goals. You have the Five of Pentacles with this. I many times see the Five of Pentacles come forward when people are really thinking negatively about themselves, about their financial situation. And I think that that is the case here because we have these two swords in the future with the Four of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Swords represents your thought process, okay? But also because around this card is something good coming in, some sort of good news coming in here for you. So if anything, it's like the story that I'm kind of getting here is like maybe some of you are being presented with a unique opportunity that you in your mind don't feel qualified for, or you may even be saying to yourself like, why should I go for this? Or how will I ever get this opportunity? Or how will I ever get this job? Or how can I ever do XYZ? And I think some of you are in that mode right now, and this feels like it's a time to go for it. And this feels like it's a time to not miss out on opportunities for yourself here, Leo. You have the Four of Swords, which is about rest, recovery. It's also healing from a heartbreaking situation. It's also maybe just reflection. What do you actually want? And you have this with the Nine of Swords in the future. Nine of Swords is somebody who's kind of having a nightmare. They are kind of wrapped up in their thought process. They are fearful, and they are fearful for what is, they think, to come. But the thing is, they are sort of fear casting. Nothing has come yet, right? So they are truly in their mind, and they are sort of one of the definitions, if you look up the Nine of Swords, is that you'll see, like when you research the Nine of Swords, is like making a mountain out of a molehill. And so that the reality is that in their mind there's something big going on, but outside, in reality, there's nothing going on. And so I almost feel like some of you, it would be wise, again, I can't tell you what to do, but some of you, it would be wise to really investigate a unique opportunity that may be coming forward. Let's go ahead and see what we have here in the Oracle cards. So you have the Earth Guardian, Sun, and Mountains. So Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Sun, enjoy success and happiness. And Mountains, stand your ground. Yeah, there's something here about clear. There's something very clear here about grounding yourself, okay? With Earth Guardian and Mountains, both indicating nature, but then also this, all of the green imagery that I'm seeing here in the cards, plus the Pentacle suit being about nature, and then the sun obviously being a part, when you go outside, the sun is there, right? But the sun is a very good card, not only in tarot, but also in this Oracle deck. I think grounding yourself and also kind of being the energy of success at this time could be very helpful for you in your journey and in your goal. And in your mission here. So yeah, that's, I think, that's a very important message for you. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid, but if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right, so you have the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Hermit, and you have the Sun. Okay, so we get our first two major arcanas here showing up, and I think that that's significant that you have the Sun twice. Okay, for me, that's a very good sign, because the Sun is the best card to find in the tarot. You also have the Sun Oracle card. The Sun is about victory, abundance, achievement, joy, success, and most importantly, happiness, okay? The Sun is a major card of power as well, because if you think about it, the planets revolve around the Sun. There's a lot of gravity associated with the Sun, the symbolism of the Sun. And it's almost like there's like something pulling, there's like, you're being pulled towards an opportunity here. Again, I don't know that you're expecting this. I don't know that this is some, what I'm trying to say here is this is something that might look different for you. Like, this is something that you might not usually discover or investigate or go down or explore in your life. But, and so like, that's one of these things where it's like, be careful that you're not missing out, because in your mind, you don't think that it's for you. You have the Hermit here as well in the middle. The Hermit is about purposeful sort of isolation, purposeful reflection, in that the Hermit likes to spend time with themselves, communing with the universe here. As you can see, they're among the cosmos. And they also like to discover what is within them. And essentially the Hermit, if you think about it this way, with their gray beard here, their walking cane, their robe, they are so wise. They have learned so much knowledge from books that for the Hermit, they are now learning the other types of knowledge, which is like the knowledge that comes from within, the knowledge that comes from the universe. And for you, this is about you connecting to what you truly want. This is about you connecting. There is a major message of reflection here, actually showing up in a diagonal with the Four of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Hermit. All of these cards, you could say, are talking about reflection in some ways. You can see this person here, yeah, they need to be careful that they don't miss out on an opportunity, but they're also sitting under the tree reflecting. Four of Swords, same deal, and then the Hermit, taking time for yourself to reflect. So it's sort of like, that's also a key component for you right now, Leo. You have this Eight of Pentacles here. Eight of Pentacles is about, it's the major card, it's the biggest card associated with a talent in the tarot. It says you have some sort of gift, skill, talent, or ability that will always, always, always keep you well provided for in this lifetime. And so for you, it's like, it's also about good movement forward, and it's about progress in work and being a hard worker, which I definitely see that for you here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So it's almost like there's something here in the mind space around the Pentacles that is really jumping out to me. and maybe just reflecting on the value that you bring to an organization, the value that you can add to an organization, where you can just personally add more value in other areas of life, and allow that to sort of help you and guide you forward. Yeah, let's see what else we have here. So you have the Emperor, and you have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so the Emperor is definitely a good omen to find. So that's our third major arcana here. The Emperor is a big omen of success in business. Okay, it's like big boss energy. It's bossing up. It's taking control of yourself, taking control of your situation, and being a leader for yourself. Okay, and you have it with the Queen of Swords, which is somebody who has an extreme focus on a goal or on an outcome or on getting a result in their life. So, you know, for some of you here, I feel like you've learned a whole lot. Like with the Eight of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Emperor, it's almost like you may have spent a whole lot of time in a chosen career field or in learning something, or maybe you have like a PhD in life, or you have a PhD in something. Maybe it's not, maybe you do have a literal PhD, or maybe you just have, like, you're an expert in whatever field it is without a formal PhD, but it's like you've spent a whole lot of time, and I think people recognize that about you, but I feel like some of you need to recognize that for you. At the top of the pyramid, you have the Ten of Swords, so there is an ending showing up here. The Ten of Swords does close out one chapter, but it also begins a new chapter, and it also releases yourself from things that no longer serve you. So I think that this is about moving into reflection and taking action on a unique opportunity. You then have the Eight of Cups here on the bottom as well. Some of you will be walking away from something to take something new. So remember, you have really nice energy here with the Sun showing up with something involving skills, talents, abilities, gifts, and I definitely like to see this around a unique opportunity. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.